Here is part 2 on how to make your chunky knit blanket. So this is finishing off. We've gotten to the end of where we want our blanket to be, and this is small for demonstration purposes. So you want to knit one more in that row, and then what you can do is twist this one a little bit. You're going to want it to be like 2 fingers wide, but you can twist this one loop. And you can twist it either way that looks good, but if you don't twist it, sometimes it splays out weird and it doesn't make a corner. So these are just some little tricks to make your corners look good. And then what you'll want to do is you're going to knit this next one in here, and then it's going to be about 3 fingers wide when you bring it up. And I'm holding on to that other one so I don't lose the twist in it with my thumb. That loop that you just brought up is going to go through the loop that you made previously, and then pull it around just like this to go over the top. It kind of makes your little corner. And this one's going to lay across the top here once we do another loop. So we do another loop about 3 fingers wide, bring it through the previous loop and bring it around. So you're making kind of a braid up top. So bring it through and then bring the new loop through the old loop. And I always have to say that to myself so I know which one I'm putting through which one. New loop through the old loop. New loop through the old loop. So you'll do this all the way across your blanket until you get to the edge, and then I'm going to speed it up so we can get to the side over here so I can show you when you come into your drop stitch here. You're going to make a loop, but it's going to be 2 fingers wide, and then bring it through the previous loop so it's just not so big sticking off of there. Then what you want to do is you're going to cut your working yarn and leave about 6 inches, 6 to 8, however you feel comfortable. You're going to put this tail end, so this is where I do things a little differently. Some people just put it right through the hole up here, but I like to make it look a little bit more like a corner, so I'm going to go through this loop right down here and bring it through, and I make the yarn do what I want it to do, and then I bring it around right here, then through the loop. And that just gives it a little bit more of a corner and brings it to where I want it to be. You're going to pull it somewhat tight, not too tight because you don't want it to bunch up everything, right? And then this tail end, you're going to go into that loop again right below your kind of slip knot area here. You're going to go right back in here and to the back of your blanket. The back is a little bit more forgiving for blending things in, so it's more forgiving when we make a knot back here. You're going to find one of the loops back here and loop it around just like this and underneath that loop, and then you're going to pull it tight so that you have a knot over here. And you can double knot it or just single knot it, whatever works for you, because I like to then cut this and fuse it to the blanket. So I cut it with about a little bit less than 1 inch to go, so it's kind of like a loop in itself once I fuse it to the blanket. So you're going to want to try to just get that inner core of the yarn right here and put it right onto a loop or right into the blanket and just hold it there really well until it fuses to the blanket. And it does hold really well, even in the wash. And now we move to the first tail end that you started with your slip knot. We're literally tying up loose ends. I do the same thing that I do when I end, is I go through the loop on the bottom because it really brings that knot that you have in there around into the blanket. And so it kind of hides that. And then turn it to the back of the blanket. Since we already have a knot, I'm not going to knot this one on the back. I'm just going to clip it and then fuse it to the blanket. And after that is fused, your blanket is complete. So you've completed your first blanket and started a super awesome therapeutic hobby.